Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. This is our Union Let's Play series, in which we have taken Richmond and then lost it. It is the spring of 1862, and I am getting ready for the drive into the South, into the heart of Virginia. We have just unlocked military level 2, so we can now actually recruit corps in our armies, and lo and behold, the game treats this kind of odd. I think our previous Army of the Potomac is now a corps with this new rule unlock, and so we have to create a new army. So we've now created a new army. We've called it the Army of the Potomac, but now we have to go like do some funky finagling in order to get the right commander in charge. So McClellan had been commander of the Army of the Potomac. Now, because of the way this works, he's just the commander of a corps. So I need to go ahead and replace McClellan. But to do that, I probably need to replace some other commanders as well. Now, if we just go by seniority, David Hunter should be the commander of the first corps of the army. Not sure I love that idea, but he's like our most famous corps commander, even though he's definitely not the best corps commander. And so for that reason, I am going to give him command of the first corps. In many ways, you could consider this the appointment like the reason that Sumner got the appointment as commander of the second corps when the corps system was first adopted. So in order to make Hunter the commander of the corps, we also need to replace him as the commander of the division, which means we probably need to promote someone from underneath. Andrew Porter is a colonel who is apparently not very well known, but he's got 4 experience stars. He's very experienced. We also have Erasmus Keyes, who's very famous, not as experienced as Porter, but very experienced. Very famous. And then we have Buchanan. So I don't really love any of those guys. We could go with Michael Cochran, who's a little bit less famous, but he is a really good leader. We could give Joseph Hooker the command, who's actually much better than any of those other guys. We could give Burnside the command, but he is Burnside. Harvey Brown is a good option, it looks like. Or who else would we want to give it to? I think Fitzjohn Porter is defamed, isn't he? He was one of McClellan's buddies. Palmer, Warren, Sedgwick. Other options being Bull Nelson, who's defamed, and William Hayes. Let's go with, I think Hooker is our best option, even though he doesn't actually have that much experience. We're going to go ahead and make Hooker, and I don't think McClellan and Hooker got along. Nah, to that extent, let's just make it Erasmus Keyes. All right, so we're going to have to replace Erasmus Keyes as commander of that brigade. So we're going to need to raise a new brigade commander. So who should that be? William H. Gibson. He's inspiring. A good administrator. He is cautious. Alexander McCook. Good administrator, inspiring, foreseeable. We'll go with him, I think. James A. Garfield, future president of the United States. Yes, sir. All right, let's keep going through the transfer list here. So Garfield now is commander of that division. So then we're going to go ahead and replace Hunter as the commander of this or I guess of that brigade. We'll make Erasmus Keyes the commander of this division. We will make David Hunter the commander of this corps. And then we will make George B. McClellan commander of this army. And so he is being promoted up to the rank of Major General, which I think he was before. He's also still defamed, so that hurts morale, but I don't feel like he should be defamed. I feel like that's a flaw in the way the game works. So I'm going to assign him to be commander because I want him to be. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and assign Hunter as commander of the first corps. Why do we have these two side by sides now? I don't want that. All right, so first corps. We've got Hunter. Go ahead and make another corps here. Second corps, I guess, could be... Runyon would not be a bad choice. He's also famous. He's a volunteer. Yeah, I guess I'll make Runyon the commander. I like Schenck, actually, but he's a political general. So then we'll make, I guess, Cochrane commander of Runyon's division. So let's go ahead and replace Cochrane as the commander here of this brigade. Horatio Wright was a good commander, wasn't he? Predictable, good administrator, distinguished leader, and he's active. Oh, he does not have very good stats, though. Andrew Humphreys was a good administrator, I believe. Commanded a division at Gettysburg. Edward Ord. Just trying to see if there's anyone I like better. I'll make it Ord's brigade. So we'll go ahead and replace Runyon as commander of this division with Michael Cochrane. And then we'll make Runyon commander of this corps. So we have 2 corps in the army. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to keep Schenck and Keyes' division, the 1st and 2nd division, and the 1st corps in place. We're going to go ahead and bring Cochrane's division and Wool's division over here to join the 2nd corps. Do we take the cavalry division and leave it independent somehow? Or do we split off some of the units? It's 1862 in the game. Leave me be, bro. Thank you for the follow. All right, so I guess this will be this is the 1st Corps Artillery Reserve, so I think we'll create a new division here for the 2nd Corps Artillery Reserve. Okay. And we'll take 2 batteries of artillery and place them over there. So actually, let's see what we took. Okay, one rifle gun, 1 smooth bore. We'll also form a new cavalry division, I think. Whoops, wrong button. So we'll have a 2nd Corps cavalry. And then we'll go ahead and we'll take Gibbs' brigade over here. Then I think we'll raise a new cavalry brigade of Pennsylvanians. And we'll also raise a new cavalry horse artillery unit. We'll raise, I think we're going to raise 1 more artillery battery in each of these corps. I know before I had been doing 1 battery per division, but I think I'd like a little bit more punch. So we're going to raise 1 more artillery battery in each corps. So then we'll have 1 cavalry division in each corps. We'll have 2 infantry divisions in each corps. And we'll have 1 artillery reserve division in each corps. I also wish there was a way to get rid of these division commanders. I don't have a job for you guys. Go away. Okay, so the 1st Corps is here. I don't know where the 2nd Corps is forming. Does it just form randomly based on where I assigned the corps? Oh, come on. Don't tell me they form all the way up there. All the troops are... That's dumb. Alright, 2nd Corps, get on a goddamn rail car and head south. Thanks for the bits, J Street. Long time no see. I may have the corps operate independently, but I want them to be close enough so that they can support each other in the event of a battle. Like I don't want fighting independent corps. All right, so we're going to bring the second corps down, and then once we have these two corps down here, what we're going to do is we're going to move one corps west along this railway down through Rapidan and Gordonsville, and they'll hold over here on the left. We'll move another corps down to Richmond itself to take Richmond, and that way if these Confederate armies at the sort of base of the Shenandoah Valley move east, we'll have a blocking force to secure our flank. We'll also probably move the Department of Pennsylvania under Major General Robert Patterson south. It does pose the question of whether we'd want to have the Department of Pennsylvania be the third corps in the Army of the Potomac, but they've largely operated as their own command, and so we'll keep that as is for now. So let's also see here. New artillery is going to take 25 days. New cavalry, 22 days. So it's going to be like May before we can move if we want all those troops ready. I want to get rid of these divisions. There's got to be a way to get rid of them. Oh, there. I thought I had to drag them, but apparently not. All right. So two corps, both about 20,000 men. The Army of the Potomac as a whole has 44,000 men. 50 if you include the casualties that eventually could be returned to them, and about 100 guns. So that sounds like a pretty potent force. Meanwhile, in the west, we do have Grant's Army of the Cumberland, which has taken Knoxville, but they're completely out of supply. They should be helped out when the depot they're building is completed in 3 days. We also have Sumner's Army of Kentucky, which has taken Nashville for the cause. And apparently they're very low on supply also. Everything but ammo. You can't eat bullets, or can you? So we'll see if they withdraw, but they have taken Nashville from the Confederates. And then in Missouri, we have the Department of the West with about 14,000 soldiers in 2 divisions, which it actually, I wonder if it would be better to raise these as separate corps to move them down parallel roads to catch the Missouri State Guard. But I think what we'll do here is we'll just move these guys on the Missouri State Guard and try to engage them. So we're advancing in Missouri. We're shoring up our supply situation in Tennessee, where we've taken the bulk of the state without a fight. And we are also advancing in West Virginia with the Army of the Ohio under Major General Don Carlos Buell to engage the Army of the Shenandoah. The only unit that's not moving right now is the Department of Pennsylvania, and they will as soon as their readiness improves beyond mediocre. We've also landed troops at Norfolk's fort, and we've taken that fort and are in the process of repairing it. And we've taken Fort Macon in North Carolina, where we're also almost nearly done repairing that fort. So that's the situation here. Now, if we go to the strategy, is McClellan in charge? No, it's still Winfield Scott. How do you replace Winfield Scott? Also, national morale of the Confederates is down to 55%. I think if it gets to 25%, they surrender. So let's go ahead and get started here. We'll wait for the second corps to come down via rail, however long that takes. Army of the Ohio should start moving here. Unless they're never going to move. Come on, Buell. Get going. There you go. All right, Buell's moving. Grant's starving, although the depot's been constructed. So we'll go ahead and upgrade that depot. Let's actually pause that real quick. So the depot's done. Army of the Cumberland now has a little bit of forage, 56%. And their provisions are at 7%. So their food situation's getting a little bit better. I would think given the Army of Kentucky's on a rail line, they'd be in better shape supply-wise, but I guess not. And then the Department of the West is moving also. All right, is the first corps going to come down? Or the second corps going to get down here? Or did they arrive already? Where the hell are they at? Are they not moving? Come on, boys. All right. Army of Tennessee and the Shenandoah have moved south. South Carolina State Militia are moving north. Second Corps moving yet? Why is the Army of the Potomac up here? That's dumb. Okay. Meanwhile, the rebels are moving between our First Corps and the Department of Pennsylvania, so we're going to fight another battle there, probably. And the First Corps of the Army of the Potomac is indeed going to fight a fight against the South Carolina State Militia. And it's kind of amusing because of the way we reorganized our army and the way the troops decided to go form up in New York. It means that we have just the one corps. So this is a much more even fight against the rebels here than perhaps I wanted, but whatever. So it's going to be about 22,000 Federals versus 17,000 Confederates at Manassas Junction yet again. Okay, David Hunter's in command. Blackburn, Ford, and McLean are both our objectives. We are on the defensive. The Rebs are going to come on the map. Where? Johnny Reb, where are you at? Up here. So we could form a defensive line along Henry Hill if we wanted. Okay. All right, Hunter, let's move you. So they're up here. So I'm kind of tempted to move toward Matthews Hill. I know it won't allow me to be dug in. Thanks for the follow, Boswell. But I think that's what we're going to do. Basically form a defensive line between Stonehouse and Matthew Hill, anchoring on this creek. So it will preclude me using any kind of entrenchments. All right, let's get the courier there. Actually, unfinished railroad cut you're suggesting. So that would be where? Along here? I don't know if we can get up there before the Rebs arrive, but we can try. Put our troops in the unfinished railroad cut here. Okay. All right, so move Shank up as well. Buford, I want your boys in single line also. Let's get the artillery reserve up there too. Actually, artillery should be on... Well, the high ground kind of like right here, I guess. And then Buford, you can move your men up over here on the flank. Okay, so the Rebs are coming up. Shank's going to try and... Whoa, why are you moving down there? Oh, Keyes is moving to the north. Well, this is a mess. All right, well, we're not going to get to the... Where are they going? Are they going to go... Yeah. All right, well, we're going to be caught in the open here. Or not in the open, but not in our positions, I don't think. Well, you're going to form up with your flank in the air, I guess. That's an option. Clayton Senior's skirmishers here. Well, it looks like the enemy's going to come down this ford here. We've got troops coming up into position here on their flank. Artillery's coming up. Guess we can always form up on this fence line. Everybody already moved, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, my flank is in the air. 2 detachments coming up our flank. There's also Sully Springs has really good high ground here. That would enfilade the entire position. Okay, we're engaging the enemy skirmishers. You can see their entire army seems to be stacked up here. I wonder, should we charge? They're just skirmishers. I'm gonna charge. I want to try and take this defensive position here. So I'm going to send 1 brigade up here to charge. There's only 200 skirmishers here to drive them off. All right, so they've driven the skirmishers off. They don't really have a good position here, though. I mean, they're in the railroad cut, but their flank is kind of on that roadway. So let's just do this. Let's move up another brigade to support them. We're gonna ditch this railroad cut. It's not a good defensive position, but we'll move 2 brigades up here behind this church, and then we'll move 1 brigade here to sort of refuse the flank along that fence line. I think the artillery should be able to fire from here once they get into position. Move Hunter up this way. Clayton's brigade is moving up on us. Buchanan has some nice Springfield rifled muskets. He is apparently in the unfinished railroad, so I guess it's saying he's got cover, but it doesn't give me the icon to demonstrate it. Alright, and so far this is all Erasmus Keyes' division. These guns firing? They are, so our artillery can fire over the heads of our troops down on these rebels here on this little peninsula. It's almost like, you know, a Thermopylae situation to an extent. Alright, you guys are going to form up on that fence line here. I don't know where the rest of the rebels are, if they're all just forming up here or not. So how you'll be reserve. Shank, your division moves up there. Buford's cavalry. Why don't you go find out where the rebels are? See if you can get a better vantage point from up there. I want my troops to move down this way so that we can have 2 brigades in line, firing into the flank. Oh god, Buchanan is getting shot up pretty good. How would you move up? Move up. Move this way. Oh shit, they're moving a detachment along our... Go charge these bastards. They're trying to flank the position by squeezing some skirmishers in there on the flank. Well, if you guys are just gonna sit here, you might as well build breastworks. I think it's left to right. Are they constructing these? It says they're engaged, but I don't see that being the case. All right, so we drove these skirmishers off, or should have. Why is he still a lieutenant? He should be automatically promoted. He's commanding a brigade. All right, pull back. You're ordered to retreat, sir. Please don't rout. Please don't rout. Please don't rout. First Ohio, come up here. Double time. We've only got one brigade blocking them now. Oh shit. Where are you going, Garfield? I just wanted you to charge the one detachment, not the whole damn rebel army. You maniacs, fall back. Now this is a way to get a brigade destroyed. Where are you? I don't understand why they're forming up on the left there. I thought I told them to go to the other way. Here. No, I don't want you to use the road. First Ohio, where are you going? I don't think I ordered you there. It is too narrow to this is way too narrow a place to try and engage. Like, what are they doing? Burnsides, don't be crazy. Are these guys taking casualties while they're building? Are they even shooting back? They're not. How about you stop constructing and start shooting? God. This is a mess of my own creation. All right, go over here. Like, why would they go all the way up here? I don't understand. No, they're not doing that anymore. So they are shooting now. Such a jank battle right now. Such a janky battle right now. Also, there's apparently rebels on the other side of the river that might be moving in a different direction. Oh, Burnside's rotted. All right. Dismount and engage with your Burnside's carbines. They should have a nice rate of fire. 9 rounds a minute. Whoa, what are you doing? No, no, no. I don't want you in those trenches. I just want you to be in a line formation. What are you doing? I didn't tell you. Yeah, just sit there and eat fire. All right. The only troops that have done a good job, I feel like, so far. Are the 2nd New York. All right, 1st Vermont. How about you leapfrog Porter's Brigade? Stone's troops are doing pretty well. Garfield, let's also have you guys build. I just want you all to build breastworks so that it's just like a line of trenches that the enemy's got to keep going through. Eventually, they'll get too worn out to do it. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. This is such a messed up battle right now. No. Click the wrong button. Ah. What did I do? Who's this? Sanders Division? Are you coming down my flank? All right, Hunter, you rally some folks. Is that... I should have one more cavalry unit, shouldn't I? Get these guns up here. How about you don't use roads? Like, whatever. It's like in Ohio. This brigade is like moving right through my flank. Alright, so we did push, I think, oh, there's skirmishers firing in my flank. So we're taking fire from skirmishers into our flank at the moment for Stone's cavalry. Alright, so he just routed Wingo's brigade. That's great work. We've got Butler's brigade kind of moving up over our flank. But I think we'll send Fitzjohn Porter's cavalry to deal with them. Burnside, you can also go engage them because I don't know what else you're doing. Your troops are fine. Rags Brigade's just trying to charge past the line, I guess. Okay. Longstreet's brigade and Embry's brigade are trying to come up, but so far it seems like they're congested on this road. Chilcott and Blaze, thanks for the follow or the sub, the resub. Appreciate the support. Bragg is withdrawing, pulling back toward the river. Butler's advancing on Fitzjohn Porter's cavalry, getting some carbines to the face. Oh, is Longstreet coming or not? I can't tell. Looks like they kind of started to move and now they're stuck again. What a clusterfuck. Turn to face Longstreet. Oh, the artillery is just gonna ride around. Okay. Butler's brigade, meanwhile, lost 1,000 casualties to Porter in like 5 minutes. Hell yeah. But he's withdrawing. We could actually probably try and charge these guys and see if that'll cause them to surrender. They're still mounted up. Stone shooting back at these skirmishers. That's a waste. Shoot at Longstreet. Take the flank fire from, what, 200 men in a really bad position. At least make your front face the 1,500 that are arrayed against you. I want to move the 1st Vermont up to pull the cavalry back through their lines. But they don't want to move. Buford's troops are actually fighting well. But we need to have them withdraw. Retreat, boys. Get out of there before you rout. Oh boy. Seeing a lot of casualties there. You should have mounted up before you ran. Bragg is retreating, so his brigade's been driven back. First Vermont. Oh, you guys can upgrade. You've got a perk now. Let's go with sharpshooters. What are you all shooting at anyway? Butler's brigade is... Oh wow, these guys are well and truly fucked. 700 men left, over 2,000 casualties. Porter's boys, 2,400 cavalrymen, didn't lose a man and basically destroyed Butler's brigade. I don't really want you up there anymore. I don't know. Longstreet did advance off the line. He was shooting at me, so I don't think he's bugged, but he's withdrawing. Butler's brigade's gonna fade away. I destroyed a church. It's still there. Oh no, it's gone. I didn't know building. Okay, that church is gone. Rip. What a stupid battle. I think I would quote Eisenhower here, like if I where he was talking about Lee and Pickett's charge, and he said that if his subordinate ordered that charge, he would have fired him. The South were not happy with that remark, by the way. He had to go on TV and be like, well, I have great admiration for Robert E. Lee. He was a really good commander, blah, 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 blah. All right. So we've wrecked a bunch of rebel brigades, but the battle isn't considered lost yet for them. Although it's getting close, I think. I think we're gonna go ahead and advance forward a little bit. I'd like to try and engage these 3 brigades back here, which seem to be largely undamaged. I don't know if they're... Breckenridge hasn't engaged either. Some of these brigades are fought down, but they're not all that badly hurt. I would charge Porter's cavalry at them if it wasn't for the fact that they were so tired. I still don't know why Garfield's a lieutenant. The game's supposed to automatically promote them. Same for Edward. Edward is a captain. Is that a glitch in how cores work? Is there a better sight for artillery? I don't know. I mean, they're firing away. Or at least one of the batteries it was. They both were, I think, at one point. I mean, on top of these hills would be better. So we can push them across the ford, then we can go occupy this huge hill. Charge! Push them back, lads. Charge across the ford. Captain Edward Ord. Oh, you gotta form into column to move across the ford. This is AI. There is no multiplayer in the game at this time. Give him hell. Oh, you look glitched. You're doing the dance. I don't know what dance that is, but you're doing some kind of dance. Go get him, boys. I imagine these 3 brigades will form up, but maybe not. Maybe they've just decided they have enough. They've had enough. Go charge the artillery there. They're in melee. Butler's brigade should be losing more men. They really want to run, huh? Give me your guns. Yeah, Butler's brigade's gonna vanish soon. Down below 400 men. Colquitt also presumably going to be overrun by an entire brigade of troops. Very quickly, I presume. The enemy is retreating. Yes, I knew. At least I guessed. The rest of my troops are just hanging out on the other side of the river, content to let the 1st Vermont steal all the glory. What are they going to call this? I guess the Bloody Ford. I don't know. Go finish that battery off. Well, they're still in melee, technically, it looks like. Yeah, but I think Butler's brigade's gonna get its 300 or so men out. We'll just go ahead and fast forward through the 40 minutes of pursuit. Are they all stuck in melee still? That's weird. It seems like they're glitched and stuck in melee. Lord's Ford has a nice ring to it. Okay, so a minor federal victory at Manassas Junction. The rebels lost 4,600 of their 18,000 men, 15 of their 35 guns, better than 1/5 their force. We lost about 1,800 of that 17,000. We did lose 586 cavalry. That was a pretty heavy cavalry loss, and 6 of our guns apparently were lost. But nonetheless, 2,400 versus 4,800 casualties, and we already outnumbered the enemy to begin with, so a nice, comfortable victory there. Another victory for the Union. Sergeant Stens, Squeezy Pants, and Macacui 666. Thank you for the follows. All right, so Manassas Junction is a victory. Let's go ahead and move the Department of Pennsylvania down here. Let's actually order you guys to halt. Okay. Department of Pennsylvania is advancing south. Where are those corps, by the way? Shouldn't you guys be moving a little faster than that? I thought you were moving on railroads. Oh, shit. I thought they were going to retreat into the rear. Never mind. I probably should form the Army of the Ohio into 2 separate corps also. It looks like the Rebs are moving the Army of the Tennessee and Shenandoah west. That's 25,000 men. Maybe making a move for Grant, who's hanging out at Knoxville. Where his supply situation is getting slightly better. But that's going to do it for today's episode of Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Please leave your thoughts down below, and we'll pick this up where we left off in our next episode. Until our next episode, however, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'm out.